A vast and famous stadium whose meagre crowd tonight reflects the diminishing interest of football in a country aspiring to solve desperate social problems. This is the home of the famous Dynamo Kiev and, of course, of the Ukraine, one of the new footballing nations in the European Championships, recently thrashed 4-0 by Croatia, and including 6 Dynamo Kiev players tonight. They're the third choice goalkeeper, Kapushkin. The players, of course, breaking to either end of this vast stadium. I would think only about 10,000 in the stadium. Italy have made 6 changes from the team which played Estonia. And that's rather surprising because they seem to have got right on the straight and narrow after some very shaky performances. But there we are, there's the team. No, of course, no Roberto Baggio. In his place, Zola. Gianfranco Zola, with that very brief spell in the World Cup, very tragically and mistakenly sent off. There he is, number 10. On a pitch which I think has taken a beating from the weather recently. They had heavy rains, then the frost came again, and so it might be a bit tricky, especially for the Italian players. And small crowd though it may be, they're giving great vocal backing to the Ukraine, who really need to win this game. If they can't beat the Italians at home, they can give up all hope, I think. As I said, Arrigo Sacchi made 6 changes from the team that beat Estonia. And very surprisingly, Del Piero, as that ball is put in by Zola, and Casaraghi almost getting the touch. As I said, Del Piero surprisingly left out. He played, in fact, in the under-21 game. No Baggio, no Vialli. That has caused a great deal of dispute and debate in Italy. And no Signori, who's unfit. Di Matteo from Lazio playing a kind of Dino Baggio role tonight. There is Zola. I look forward to watching him playing, a player of great subtlety and a wonderful finisher at times. Played there to Mezzin on the far side. And Lombardo, one of the stars of that famous Sampdoria victory over Porto. I always enjoy Lombardo playing, running with such enthusiasm up and down the right-hand side. Well, that's the Maldini, the captain, coming forward. The Ukraine have really had their ups and downs and haven't really got going at all. Beaten by Lithuania, 2-0, drew with Slovenia. And there, a little bit of hesitation between defender and goalkeeper. Might have seen that earlier shot there of Peruzzi. And that's in. It's gone in from Lombardo. And there's that very typical run, looking at the heavens and thanking somebody up there. Well, I don't think he needs all that much help. It wasn't divine inspiration that gave him this goal. It was a little bit of cunning and coolness. Although I think the goalkeeper, as I said, his third choice goalkeeper, Kapushkin, might just have stopped that on reflection when you see that slow motion replay again. Nevertheless, a very vital goal there by Lombardo. Here we have Khaled Vensov, Artushvenko, and they made no impression on a very tidy Italian defence. And I think what has been the most noticeable feature of Italy's play in this first half is the invention of Zola, the good running of Berti, well backed up by Di Matteo. Going down there, Konovalov. Referee allowing play to go. Referee is Sandor Pool. And I would have thought that goal by Lombardo would have discharged a lot of the anxiety and tension that may have existed in this Italian team. They are, as you probably know, the most criticised side, and now that's put down there. Nicola Berti didn't get hold of it properly. Disappointing finish. As I said, they are probably the most criticised national side in world football. The Italian press being very sensitive to the nuances of team selection, especially of Arrigo Sacchi. So, time after time, they're putting him on trial. Well, his judgment has paid off so far. That goal by Lombardo. Push forward there by Albertini. Little follow-up. Good clearance there by Oleg Luzhny. Arrigo Sacchi has made no fewer than 73 different selections, 73 players he's used in 4 years. There's Zola again, and that's Lombardo. Well, he did very well to creep in behind the player, just sneaking in almost on the blind side. And that's what any fullback has got to worry about. Lombardo's runs forward like that. Touched away by Orbu, they're a little bit unsettled at the back. But Zola's touches have been absolutely immaculate. Linking up well with Berti, of course. There they go again. Neat little touch inside, and Casaraghi. Good combination by the Italians going forward. Notice how they were very clustered. It was very close into passing. And I doubt very much if the Ukraine defense knew exactly where they were going to try and pierce them. You can see the cluster of players together here. Berti, Casaraghi, Zola. And a little flick forward. You see he couldn't get any leverage there. A little bit of hesitation, but I must say the three Parma defenders, Benarivo, Apolloni and Menotti, have been very steady. Costa Curta not favoured at the moment. Albertini, who scored his first goal for his country, playing against Estonia that last game. Now the run by Konovalov. Oh, he lacks support, though. There's the run inside now by Shevchenko, and comes to nothing. Well, they had so many players lying deep that only Shevchenko came up in support. That very first shot we saw of goalkeepers, by the way, they went to the wrong goalkeeper. It was Peruzzi we saw, and there he is again, looking down at this. Nice little turning there by Konovalov, and Peruzzi had chosen the right angle. There's Lombardo back defending. Just beyond Berti. Maldini. On to Mazzini. Ooh, that was just behind Shevchenko again. And nobody coming forward for Ukraine. Well, the Juventus goalkeeper is obviously on the crest at the moment, given the performances of Juve both in Serie A and European football. And I suppose it's always a wise move for a manager to pick a player on form for his club if his club is at the peak, which is what Juventus is at the moment. And I think that confidence is sweeping through the Italian ranks tonight. Certainly are using the ball very inventively in midfield on not too smooth a pitch. Apolloni comes away. Berti goes wide. Benarivo arriving. Lombardo just a little bit obvious. The build-up a little too slow, and giving the Ukraine defenders the opportunity to read that. I think I favoured Ukraine's play on the left-hand side more, where we've had not only Berti and Zola going up there, but they've been joined by Maldini a great deal. Plenty time, there's no challenge, they're not closing down the Italian defenders at all. And that will do them no good whatsoever. The Italians are building up from here. Berti tackled again. Get more and more of the ball. Zola going in on this. Can he finish? Yes. The second. Well, well, well. The ball put right through the middle. Nice little touch on. Just watch this again. Just bringing that under control, sweeping it away. And a very rueful coach there, Anatoly Konkov. Face of Casaraghi there, got that ball through from Zola. Out wide. Casaraghi, by the way, can't get his place in the Lazio side. There's Lombardo again, just touched away by Messini. Well, he has caused them problems tonight with that running of his. Now Zola. I think we'll get Albertini up here. Tries a short one, Benarivo. And oh, that just passed. Chiapushin almost deceived by that. A lot of players in front of him there, as Menotti let fly. Well, they've done hardly anything of any note in the Italian half. Falls there to Telesenko. Italy taken away by Berti, working hard in defense as well. There's the ball forward by Albertini as the halftime whistle goes, and the Italians go off with a comforting thought that they're 2 goals up. But not only that, they're playing against an opposition that simply does not know how to cross. Start of the second half, and Italy simply looking comfortable. And I'm quite sure Zola is feeling very contented with himself tonight, the way he's been able to spray productive passes around, get into the goals himself, linking very well, giving a lot of ammunition to Casaraghi and Nicola Berti going forward. And of Ukraine, hardly anything up front. Indeed, a very dispirited looking side. Touched inside, as I'm quite sure that Casaraghi himself wants to impress, coming from the bench as he does so often in Italian league football. Minotti tries to play that way wide as Benarivo came forward. Picked up by Kalavinsov. No penetration, no guile, and Italy, if they really want to be positive about it, really ought to be going for goals. Goals may ultimately count, of course. Lombardo fouling Orbu. Well, the Italians, I think, were getting very nervous about their situation in the group. Certainly second to Croatia, who are going very strongly, and who, of course, beat Italy in Italy by 2-1. A team that scored 10 goals and only conceded 1 to Croatians. Italy slipping up there and not performing well in Slovenia. So they really did have on their minds a victory. Nothing other than that tonight. Zola again, that little touch forward. And what a marvelous treasure box the Italians have when they can afford to leave out the likes of Roberto Baggio, who's recovering, of course, from injury and considers himself not fully match fit for this kind of football. When they can leave out him, and Zola gets his opportunity to come in, and he's starring. The tragedy is that Del Piero would be the same kind of player as well. Roberto Baggio, Del Piero and Zola all in the same team. It's just a little bit too much. Peruzzi probably giving him a little exercise. Must be getting rather stiff and cold out there. Lombardo. That looked like a deliberate handling. Referee ignores it. Touched to the side by Orbu. Useful player on the left-hand side here. He has a little space for the first time in the game, and I think that neatly summarizes their lack of ability going forward. Orbu simply running out not only of ideas, but of players coming upside him. No use making a break like that, and there's nobody threatening going through the middle. Well, I just get the impression that this may be typically Italian. They're 2 goals in front, and they're not now going to burst any blood vessels. They'll just sit and tempt the Ukrainians. Although, to be honest, they'll need some kind of temptation to get them to come forward in numbers. That's Minotti putting it to the side. Maldini wanted it back. Well, I think there's the referee, Sander again. Yes, not a bad player, this one. Where's his support this time? Only 2 players in the box. And Arrigo Sacchi, wearing that baseball hat of his, screaming instructions at the Italian defense. I think he would like a handsome score tonight. Good into play there. Swept forward again by Di Matteo. Easily enough at the back for Apolloni. Zola again trying to drag the defense way wide to open a space for Berti to run through. I think he was just going to touch it back to the Inter Milan player, who, by the way, is getting back onto form again. Arrigo Sacchi showing a great deal of loyalty in Berti, who I didn't think had an outstanding World Cup. But I think part of the revival of Inter's form in Serie A. So into the side he goes. Now Lombardo, little gift to him this time. Appeals for the penalty. And Sander Poole is at least 30 yards away from that in any case. Well, he took a very hard knock in the first half. He was off for about 5 minutes. He came back on again. And I think his right leg is beginning to stiffen up. I'm not quite sure of the exact locality of the injury, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if they replace him. Now could they pull back? The 2 goals down. Oh, it's in now. Oh. The kind of action there that just takes the words out of your mouth as Ilushuk came forward, and their best chance in the game. Must say, Peruzzi remained admirably cool there. Frankly, I think he was beaten to the world. And the play now just a trifle stodgy in midfield. Well, we haven't seen much of that skill. That was Leonenko. Crowd whistling. I think it's going to be a free kick, yes. Still 2-0 for Italy. Playing well within themselves. Looking comfortable. They don't want to make it a spectacular event in any as much of Zola in the second half. And when Maldini flows forward, looking always majestic and elegant. While Zola to have scored 3 games in a row, not a bad feat. Sander Poole pulling them back, as it were. At that post, Kiapushin, as I said, the third choice goalkeeper. And now he's directing the traffic. Lombardo's there. Just flips that down to Albertini. Maldini coming forward. Here's the chance. They can't get it there, and pushed forward by Konovalov. Out to Missin. Back to Comini. There's Ravanelli. Same sort of player, of course, as Lombardo, Ravanelli. Good, strong runner. Has had a marvellous couple of seasons. As we're getting Conti now. Whipped across there by coming back there in support, Shevchenko. Berti. Again, good running as Zola tried to go across. I think he lacked somebody coming on the other side with him. That was Albertini. Zola again. Normally he's very good at getting out of these tight spots, and he does it well again there. Berti. Maldini. Zola. I think he gets the corner kick. Above all else, Ravanelli. And a typical run. I did say that, you know, if they shaved Lombardo and gave him the same kind of pate as, or shaved Ravanelli there, gave him the same kind of pate as Lombardo, it would be very similar identities on the field. The good runs into the box. Get behind defenders well. Now played to Mizin. Shevchenko can't get the final shot in, and that's played too far for Leonenko. Better run forward by Benoribo. Nice little give back the way. And the Italians rather disappointed. I'd like to have seen more of Zola in the second half. That'll be picked up by Apolloni. Now Zola with a free kick. Looking goalwards as several players go in for this. He would have been expecting Ravanelli to be very close to that. Just too strong. The Italians totally in command of this game from the very outset. No problems for them, just a little flicker of resistance near the end by